scores, recaps, and interviews with our top coaches. Here are your hosts, Lee Cochran and Ryan Baker.
Welcome in. What a game we had here on The Fan. It was a close one. Westerville North squeaks away with a 20-13 win over Delaware tonight. And wow, have we had some exciting finishes here in week 5. We've got a rivalry game that just came down to the final seconds. We've got some teams playing some other teams from out of state tonight that were big games as well. A couple of those have just gone final. We have a lot to talk about here on this midway point of the season. High school football overtime brought to you by Byers Subaru Dublin. We've got to take our first time out quick tonight. When we come back, we will get into some of those scores and talk about our game of the week as well. It's Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Looking for a hassle-free car buying experience? At Byers Subaru Dublin, you can shop entirely online, browse our inventory, get your trade-in value, and secure financing, all from the comfort of your home. All backed by the trusted team that's been serving from the same location under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill for 25 years. Right now, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at ByersSubaruDublin.com. Byers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did. Go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations, Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at HydrateMeMedSpa.com.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the stinky shoulder pads. It's Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome in. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. Glad to have you around here for week 5 of high school football overtime. And, of course, glad to be brought to you by Byers Subaru Dublin. Lee, our game of the week tonight, Westerville North wins 20-13 over Delaware in a close, competitive game this evening, but maybe not the game we would have seen when we decided we were going to do this game to start the year because of injuries. Injuries really played a key in this game.
Yeah, and it's how you adapt to those. And Delaware, they lose Favor Key, first play of the game, high ankle sprain. And
first play of the season.
Of the season.
Yeah.
That's true. First play of the season. And what they're talking is that he could be back in week 7. My thought is, I hope he does, because you never get your high school career back. But at what point do they say, he's going to be playing bigger games? But on Western North side of the ball, I mean, they lost their quarterback, Jakari Stovall. And so what did they do tonight? I mean, they ended a 3-game losing streak, but they played 5 guys at quarterback, basically. 2 guys under center and three others in the
Wildcat.
In the Wildcat,
yeah.
I kept wanting to say wishbone. In the Wildcat.
I just showed your age there with the wishbone.
Hey.
So maybe not the game we thought we were going to get tonight, but a great job by Coach Stanley Jackson to get his team to get the win. And you mentioned you got to do whatever you can, right? We saw his son, Trey Major Jackson, back there in the Wildcat. He took it for a touchdown. Jaden Smith, their normal running back in the Wildcat, he took one for a touchdown. So those things they did to try to change it up, to try to get some kind of production there, ended up working for them tonight and was kind of the difference.
Yeah, and they had the shutout against Westville Central in the opener. And the net defense, the team, I mean, their 3-game losing streak came against Orange, Watterson, and St. X, who come into tonight all undefeated. And we know Watterson won, we know Orange won. So, I mean, that's 2 5-0 teams and a 4-0 team. Well, they played progressively better. Mm-hmm. I mean, X was a 28-0. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's not bad. But Trey Major Jackson, I mean, I listened to the game. I mean, it seemed like he made half the tackles on defense, and he's, a sophomore?
Yeah, just a sophomore.
Grief. Sophomore middle linebacker. Ooh.
Good size on that kid, too. Good genes as well. We had an exciting finish in one of the best rivalries in high school football, Central Ohio high school football tonight. We will tell you about that coming up next. Time for another timeout. It's high school football overtime on The Fan.
The 2 most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more. People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Germain Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. From Picktown to Marysville and everything in between, this is Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Glad to have you along. It is Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime. Again, I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. And Lee, ever since Worthington Kilbourne and Dublin Scioto came to be in the mid-90s, that has been one of the best rivalries in Central Ohio high school football. They were both so good to start. Unfortunately, both have fell on hard times here recently, both having a pretty good season this year. But I just think that chunk of hard road, obviously both of them on hard road, I think that's such a cool trophy. A 50-pound chunk of asphalt is what they play for every year. And I don't know if you could have a better game tonight in a rivalry game than what we saw in that one. Worthington Kilbourne had a 14-7 lead late in this game. Dublin Scioto gets about a 30-yard touchdown pass that we weren't sure watching it on the screen here if it was a touchdown or if it was an interception.
I know the Kilbourne kid came up with the ball.
He did.
Maybe the Scioto player had possession on his back, but the Kilbourne player stood up with it.
It looked close, but both officials ran in immediately and said touchdown. So we're tied at 14, and Worthington Kilbourne kicks a 45-yard field goal as time expired, and we saw it on the TV. That looked like it would have been good from 60 because it was at the top of the posts of the goalpost. It went through at the very top, and they get a thrilling 17-14 win tonight.
Yeah, and more about tonight's game. Scioto had the ball, and then we started really hunkering down, and they had the ball past midfield, and then we look up and say, goodness, Kilbourne just won, because we thought it was heading to overtime.
And we didn't see the kick initially. We just saw Kilbourne celebrating and them running around and mobbing their kicker. And then finally we saw the replay. And, man, what a kick. What an exciting moment. We've got a text out to their head coach, Mike Edwards. Hopefully we'll get him on a little later and talk about that exciting finish as
Anybody
well.
out there listening knows Coach Edwards. have him call us.
He's probably talking to the team still. That game, it just ended here right as we were going on the air. So he might be talking to the team still.
More to your point of that this rivalry is one of the better ones, but both teams have been down. This is the first time they've played each other when they both had winning records since 2016.
And that just doesn't seem right, right? With Scioto early on, they win a state championship real early. And then Kilbourne, we know the success they had with Coach Gafford. But it's nice to have these teams, and we've talked about that the past couple years, how it kind of cycles and rolls. You have some teams that are good all the time, but some of these teams, it just kind of goes in, waves, and it seems like both of these teams are back up right now, and Central Ohio football is better for it.
Oh, without doubt. You can see these classes as they're coming up. I mean, we've talked to coaches before who've said, you could see that 8th grade class, that freshman class was going to be something good. And conversely, we've had some coaches tell us, not on the show, but saying, hey, we knew that this is going to be a little bit of a down year because the senior class coming up just is thin and has some good players, but it affords you the chance to play some younger guys so you can get that cycle back on the upswing.
And you talk about both these two teams. Jackson Sabo, the quarterback for Worthington Kilbourne, just a sophomore. Cam Grady, the running back, one of the better playmakers for Dublin Scioto, just a sophomore. So pretty exciting for those two teams for the next couple of years. Let's start running through the scores here. We did have games in the City League last night. In the City League North, East improved to 4-1. They knocked Northland off 26-0. Over in the City League South, Eastmore improves to 3-2. They beat Briggs 24-6, and Afrocentric is 4-1, 38-0. They shut out West. League play starting in the OCC Buckeye and OCC Capital tonight. In the OCC Buckeye, this one was back and forth the whole game. Pickerington Central gets a couple scores late to pull away. They beat Canal Winchester, hand the Indians their first loss of the year, 43-30. Groveport improves to 2-3. They beat Lancaster 35-14 tonight. Newark gets by Logan 49-7, and we have a school record in this game, Lee.
Yeah, Bodie Smith, 6 touchdown passes. He tied the record earlier this year with 5, and he says, it's nice to share, but I'd rather have it on my own. So he gets a 6 touchdown pass today.
That Newark offense can be explosive at times. Taze Valley's 4-1. They beat Reynoldsburg 28-21. In the OCC Capital, of course, our game of the week, Westerville North improves to 2-3. They beat Delaware 20-13. Big Walnuts 4-1. They handle Westerville South tonight 28-7. And of course, we talked about that Kilbourne game 17-14. They top Dublin Scioto. In the City League North tonight, Centennial 64. Mifflin, nothing. In the City League South, another shutout. Walnut Ridge improves to 2-3. They beat Marion Franklin 34-0. In the Mid-State League Buckeye, and I think the score here may have taken people aback with this one. Amanda Clear Creek improves to 2-3, and they do so handing Circleville their first loss of the season, Lee, 31-14 Aces.
Yeah, and, you got to think. Amanda has lost to 4-0 West Jefferson, 4-0 Licking Valley, and excuse me, and Bloom Carroll, who is 3-2 now. That's not a bad team. They just played a tough opening stretch. Now they're in league play, and now they even the record in league play. But Amanda will be there in the end.
Yeah, and that's a fun game there tonight. Maybe not so much for Circleville as they lose. but a big win for Amanda. Bloom Carroll's 3-2. They beat Liberty Union 49-14. Fairfield Union, they're 3-2 as well, 18-12. They knock off Logan Elm. Of course, that in the Mid-State League Buckeye. In the Mid-State League Cardinal, we got one final. Byrne Union tops Millersport 41-0. Some area local games that were not league games. Upper Arlington handles Central Crossing easily, 56-0. Westland falls to DeWitt out of Michigan, 38-28. I'm not sure how much Westland plays defense, Lee, but they play offense very well. Their quarterback had a game tonight.
Yeah. J.C. Dixon, he had 4 touchdown passes, 84, 54, and 41 to Tico Crittenden. And then he had one more touchdown pass just for good measure. Now, but Westland, they've got 2 shutouts this year. Westland, I think I've got them figured out.
Do tell.
If it's a blowout, they win. If it's a shootout, they lose. Because they lost to Grove City in a shootout, lost to Kilbourne in a shootout, and lose tonight in a shootout.
How about that? They love playing offense, though, for sure. Gahanna, they're 3-2. They knock off Dublin Kaufman tonight, 35-7. Sounds like Grove City got a lot of their starters back tonight, Lee, that had been out. They beat Hilliard Darby 24-13. Hilliard Davidson improves to 4-1, 22-7. They beat Marysville. New Albany gets their second win of the year. They double up Hilliard Bradley 34-17. Second win of the year for Olentangy Liberty, 21-7. They top Dublin Jerome. Olentangy Orange improves to 5-0. Lucas Fickle, 3 touchdowns on the ground. They beat Olentangy Berlin 31-7 this evening. Pickerington North is 4-1, 54-3 winners over Thomas Worthington. Olentangy, they're 4-1 as well. They beat Westerville Central 43-21. Watterson, 5-0. They beat Harvest Prep tonight 36-6. DeSales outlasts George Rogers Clark out of Kentucky 35-21. Reedy gets their second win of the year 7-6. They beat Kip Columbus. Whitehall goes on the road to Marietta and comes back with a 21-0 win. Buckeye Valley, how about this one? 42-14. They beat Hamilton Township in a battle of unbeatens. Buckeye Valley improves to 5-0. We will actually talk to their head coach, Grant Georgic, coming up next on the show. Licking Valley's 5-0, 57-13. They beat Newark Catholic. Granville gets by Utica 35-0. This one will make our producer Isaiah very happy. In overtime, Johnstown gets a 43-42 win over Watkins Memorial. Northridge tops Zanesville 21-13. Mount Vernon over Heath 38-22. Another battle of unbeatens, and boy, oh boy, how good is London? 42-0. They beat St. Paris Graham tonight, giving Graham their first loss of the season. Jonathan Alder, they're 5-0, 55-20. They beat Springfield Shawnee. And just as we give those scores, how about week 8? Jonathan Alder heads to London. And that could be 2 teams that are undefeated at the time. Oh, baby, is that going to be a big one?
I tell you.
There's a couple monsters coming up in week 8.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Week 8 always is. We talked about that last week, though. You just can't help. Week 8 every year looks so good. But this, man, I tell you, if there's a bandwagon, that I'm on, it's London's. I love that team.
Mm-hmm. They play hard-nosed football for sure. West Jeff, speaking of small school teams in the area, 41-7. They beat Springfield Catholic Central. They improve to 5-0, and those are the scores that we have so far tonight. We mentioned Buckeye Valley. They improved to 5-0. They beat Hamilton Township tonight by a score of 42-14. Excuse me. Their head coach, Grant Georgic, will join us next. It's Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Get Eco.
We come through for you when you need us to.
Our scuba diving plumbers can do anything.
Increase your water pressure.
Give you unlimited hot water.
Fix your drips and leaks.
Soften your water so it doesn't leave spots.
Install a whole house filter.
Replace your shower heads and faucets so your house looks brand new.
And provide you with winning lottery numbers.
Get Eco.
ECO. They cannot provide you with winning lottery numbers.
I can.
Tell us.
3, 21, 24, 34, 46. That's $103 million.
Those numbers will be this week's winners?
No, those were the winning numbers a month ago.
Get Eco.
ECO.
But EcoFi Advantage is a guaranteed winner.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and incredibly handsome HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to PCF.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to PCF.org today.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Germain Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. GermainLexus.com.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America. 200 food banks strong.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU Football Insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny skies, light winds, and a little warm on this Friday, but a great evening for high school football. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, down through the 70s by Friday night. Into the Saturday morning, temperatures in the low 60s, clear skies and light winds, increasing clouds, but mainly dry on Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Friday nights mean high school football in Ohio. This is Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on The Fan.
Yes, it is, and let's head out now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Buckeye Valley gets a big 42-14 win over Hamilton Township tonight. Not only do they prove to 5-0, but they give the Rangers their first loss of the season. Buckeye Valley head coach Grant Georgic joins us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. And Coach, first thing here, your second season with the school, you played at Buckeye Valley before you went on to Dayton to play your college football. What was it like when you realized that you got the job and you were going to be able to coach at your alma mater?
Yeah, it was really special. This is something that I dreamt of for a long time. I believe in the Buckeye Valley community. I think we have great people that work really hard. And just to have the support of the administration to do some things, a little bit differently has been awesome. And so, super proud to be a Baron, and that's something that I have been for a very long time.
Well, Coach, you're super proud to be a Baron. I bet they're super proud to have you there, because I couldn't find out the last time Buckeye Valley was 4-0, let alone 5-0. Can you answer that?
From my understanding, the opening year, 1963, we were 4-0, and then 5-0.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, tell us a little bit about tonight's game. I mean, Hamilton Township comes in 4-0 as well, and scores generally don't lie. It looks like you really had your way with them.
Yeah, I think first off, Coach Varney at Hamilton Township does an excellent job getting his kids to play sound fundamental football. Quite honestly, I just thought tonight, we had better Jimmies and Joes. It didn't really matter about the X's and O's. And so just proud of our kids. I thought, we were able to control the line of scrimmage. We ran the ball really efficiently. And then Coach Adam Hall, our defensive coordinator, he just came up with a really nice plan to mix and match our fronts, because Hamilton Township, they have the ability to throw the ball really well. But what scared us the most was number 28, their running back, does an excellent job. And, I just think we were able to minimize them, keep them on their toes a bit with mixing and matching our fronts.
Coach, I'm glad you talked about the line of scrimmage. I was talking to a couple people a couple weeks ago that go to almost every Buckeye Valley game, and they told me our offensive line looks different this year. We've got some kids that look like offensive linemen, and they are some big kids. One, talk about that group up front first, and then second, you as a center, a former center, that's got to make you awful proud to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just some of the names that, come to mind. Jackson Upper is a senior offensive lineman. He's 6'3", 240. Montana Honader, another senior offensive lineman, probably 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250. And then Miles Hall, our right tackle, which we really like running behind him. He's about 6'3", 270, 280. And Alex Papagiorgio, our center, is, 6'1", 300. And so we have some big kids that have really kind of enjoyed maybe a change of identity as far as our offense. We've moved to more of a double wing offense. And, it really at the beginning of the season, it was a challenge. And so, our coaching staff really focused in on, hey, can we be more physical than other teams? We had confidence that we could, but just because you're confident doesn't mean that, the kids can go out and execute it play after play. And our kids have stepped up to the plate time and time again. So I'm just proud of our offensive line. And, it's fun being able to run the ball efficiently.
Well, Coach, Ryan teed it up on offense. Let me look at the defense. We heard in the first half that Hamilton Township was only 1 for 3 in the red zone. Is that correct? And if so, what were you doing defensively to stop them in the red zone?
Yeah, I believe that's correct. I think really our kids just buy into the next play mentality. And our staff, I'm super proud to have them doing this alongside me, because I think we really focus on the mental aspect of the game. Really what happened in two of those situations is, we just kept bending, and then, we got them in a negative situation, and then we were able to capitalize. And I think I'd be remiss to not bring up our middle linebacker, Cam Grout, number 44. He is a kid. I'm actually quite honestly blown away. He hasn't got more serious consideration from Division I schools because he's a kid that is a football player. He's always around the ball. He loves physicality. He moves well. And so, he's just a kid that, when we got a Mike backer like that, we're always in a good position.
Well, Coach, I've been talking to high school football coaches for more than half of my life, which tells you a little bit about how old I am. But what I'm saying is, I've never the next coach that tells me that he's 100% satisfied with his team at the halfway point of the season will be the first coach. So I don't expect you to say that. But where do you see your team needing to improve in the second half to keep this winning streak going?
Yeah, I think offensively we got to make sure that we're maintaining the physical line of scrimmage, but we got to find ways to generate some more explosives, and then really maybe the area where we need to improve most offensively is just not allowing bad, a penalty or a negative to stall our drive. And so we got to be a little bit more resilient in those situations. And then defensively, I think just being able, I think maybe the major thing is, being able to, run fit when teams go into heavy personnel, because we haven't seen much of it, but when we have, that's something that, hasn't looked as good as it possibly could. And so, I think we just need to improve run fitting in different scenarios where maybe the personnel is a little bit heavier.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight in the 5-0 start. That's pretty crazy that it hasn't happened since the first year of the school in 1963. It's been fun watching you guys the first half of the season, and good luck here as you guys start up Central Buckeye League play next week.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you having me on.
He's the head coach of Buckeye Valley. Grant Georgic joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. And man, that was fun talking to him. And that is an amazing stat. I can't believe, one, the guru didn't have it, but two, 1963, the year the school opened, the last time they were 5-0.
Yeah, and that even predates me.
You weren't here yet.
That's how long ago that was, and it predates me by a little bit. But no, that is, and when you get someone, a graduate of the school to come back and coach, I mean, you can tell it means a lot to him. Mm-hmm. And not to say that coaches don't get into the schools. We know they do. We know that becomes part of them. But it probably does seem a little bit more satisfying when you can have this success because you played there. You laid some blood on that turf. Mm-hmm. And I think it's great. And their schedule lines, I mean, they've got Franklin Heights next week. But after that, they got Reedy, Columbus Academy, who seems to be just down a little bit this year, Whitehall, and then Bexley. I mean,
they get through these next 3 weeks. Pretty good.
10-0 looks pretty plausible.
Don't tell Coach Georgic, though, that. I don't think he wants to hear that yet. No. I don't think he wants his players hearing that either.
Well, but you know what? When you're 15, 16, and you win that first game, you're thinking, man, could we go undefeated?
Let's give you a couple more scores that we got final as we were talking to Coach Georgic. Independence in the City League South beats South 56-44. In the Mid-State League Cardinal, Grove City Christian improves to 4-1. They hammer Miller 62-20 this evening. Hartley falls on the road. Hamilton Baden 42-24 was the final in that one. Grandview improves to 5-0. They beat Chesapeake 48-9. And just looking through here to see if there is any others that we did not have. Oh, yeah, one more here. Westfall gets by Southeastern 49-21. We're going to take a quick timeout here on Overtime. When we come back, we'll give you more of the scores, hopefully talk to a couple more coaches as well. High school football overtime on the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Looking for a hassle-free car buying experience? At Buyers Subaru Dublin, you can shop entirely online, browse our inventory, get your trade-in value, and secure financing, all from the comfort of your home. All backed by the trusted team that's been serving from the same location under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill for 25 years. Right now, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at BuyersSubaruDublin.com. Buyers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Buckeye fans, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, when you buy 2 windows, Window Nation will give you 2 for free. Plus, you won't make any payments for 2 years. That's right. No interest, no monthly payments, and no down payment for 2 years. Get 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of The Ohio State University. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. Go Bucks!
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
The Fan 2 is on the air. Catch the Bob and Tom Show in the morning and Jim Rome in the afternoon. And Buckeye stuff and Reds 2 in the NFL. It's lots of stuff. You get the picture. It's the Fan 2 live on 1460 AM, the Fan app, and the Fan's HD2. Brian Baker knows more about high school football than anyone. Except Lee Cochran. This is Buyers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on the Fan.
Welcome back in. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. Proud to be with you here on Byers Subaru Dublin's high school football overtime. Let's head back out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline now. We'll bring in the head coach of the Worthington Kilbourne Wolves, Mike Edwards. His team improves to 4-1, a big win in the Battle of Hard Road tonight. 17-14, they knock off Dublin Scioto. And, Coach, you guys do so with a 45-yard field goal as time expired, and it looked like, Coach, that it would have been good from 60. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your kicker's name because I do not want to mess that up, Coach. But, man, just talk about that kick and those final moments of that game tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable. Urcon's his first name, and Urzias is his last name. I still kind of mispronounce that a little bit, but as close as I can get is Urcon Urzias. And I actually coached his older brother a few years back too. So, no, I mean, you know, his legs been getting stronger all year. I mean, this kid's only a sophomore, and we see it week by week, his comfort level. And yesterday at our Thursday practice, you know, he was hitting those from that exact spot. And putting them through, you know, with no doubt. And, you know, we called that play with 6.8 seconds left, tried to get out of bounds. I had a timeout anyway, and, I mean, that was the plan. Let's get him to the 30 or inside, and let's give it a boom. And the only thing I could think of was perfect snap, perfect hold, and then kick the crap out of it. And all three of those things happened, and my goodness, I'm so happy for him and obviously all of our kids. It was. I think I said it on the CW. I think it was the most beautiful kick I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I was kind of worried about him because the scrum came and got him, and I was glad to see him shaking hands with the Scioto players. But you know, Kilbourne had lost to Scioto, I think it was 8 times in a row. Now you've won the last 2 in a row, and it kind of coincides with the little bit of the turnaround the program's had. I mean, you haven't had a winning season since 2020, I believe, and 2 years ago you were winless. Now you're 4-1. What's been the biggest reason for this turnaround?
You know, we were lucky to have, you know, some football players, right? Some guys that, you know, a really elite quarterback and wide receivers and running back and offensive line that's blocking well. So many leaders on defense with our D-line and linebackers and corners, you know. All those things that those guys have been working for, you know, we're able to put a team together and, you know, go out there and really compete at a high level. Don't let anybody ever lie to you. This is a talent-driven business. That's a big part of it. That's a big part of success. And, you know, we have the ability this year to, you know, get some talent out there on that football field.
Coach, you mentioned your kicker being a sophomore. You've got another pretty good sophomore in your quarterback, Jackson Sabo. Started every game for you last year as a freshman. Now he's doing big things for you as a sophomore. What has been the biggest area of growth in Jackson from last year? And man, it's got to feel pretty good knowing you've got that kid for 2 more years.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, biggest area of growth is honestly everything. You know, and I mean, he was dynamic and elite last year as a freshman, but, you know, he worked on his arm strength. We've been working a lot on his leadership abilities. He's a sophomore captain for us. You know, getting him more involved in our run game. And you know, he even came to me a few weeks ago and said, man, these defenses and what we're trying to do, they just make so much more sense to me this year. So he can attack them faster, right? He can make his decisions faster. So, all the above. This kid's really, really hard worker and puts in more work than anybody. And so his hard work, you know, obviously is paying off.
Well, Coach, you know, he, like Ryan said, he started every game last year as a freshman. Is that what's the thought process when you say we're going to go with a freshman at quarterback?
A lot of evaluation. You know, that evaluation started that year back in January, right, with the weight room and just some stuff we were doing in the off season. And you got there in June and July, and, you know, you chart every play, see who's got it, and then the scrimmages, the second scrimmage was really the extreme telling point for us that this is our guy. You know, he kind of exploded and extended some plays and made some big touchdowns, and you just go through that evaluation process and have clarity with the other guys trying out for that spot. And we had extreme confidence in him. And the biggest thing is I think he fits the mold of the kind of quarterback that we want in our offense.
Well, 4-1 at the turn. How do you keep this going in the second half?
I mean, we have to stay hungry. We made a ton of mistakes tonight. Just uncharacteristic things. Bad snaps, a lot of holding calls, fumble late. A lot of things that we haven't done, right? We've played pretty clean games, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So we're going to celebrate this for 24 hours. We're going to watch film. We're going to give a lot of great evaluation. And, we got to get ready for Delaware Hayes next week. And, we have to improve on things. One side of me is upset with some of the mistakes we made tonight. But then the other side of me, number one, I give a lot of respect to Dublin Scioto and that football team. That's a good, tough, physical football team. And number two, I'm happy that we're a football team that's finding different ways to win games, right? The game plan got shattered a little bit with all the mistakes, and we were still able to kind of get that stop on defense, get that ball down the field, and obviously go make that field goal in the end to win it. So hopefully, learning how to win games in different ways, I think that's a good sign for a football team.
Coach, I'll get you out of here on this one. Last year, you finished the regular season 4-6, but you get in the postseason and you get that win in the postseason, and then you almost get another one. You played Taze Valley really tough. How much did that win in the postseason last year? What did that do for your team's psyche as you got ready for this season?
I think it helped us take the next step. That was a really big motto for us going into week 9 and week 10, and we fell short in week 9 and 10. And then we finally got it in week 11. And I remember after that game, we celebrated. Boys, we finally took the next step as a football team. And it was exciting to know because a lot of those guys were freshmen and sophomores and juniors that were coming back next year.
Well, Coach, congratulations here on the 4-1 start to the season. Good luck next week as you guys continue to navigate league play and take on Delaware.
I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
He's the head coach of Worthington Kilbourne, Mike Edwards, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. And I wanted to get that last question in there with him because some of these teams, they're just used to it, right? Like we talked to Coach Jay Sherritt for years when he was at Pickerington Central, and he talked about when you have those runs to the postseason, your sophomores become juniors, your juniors become seniors, your seniors are almost like a college kid now because they have all that extra football. And also you get the psyche of it. You start to expect to win. For a team like Kilbourne that you mentioned hasn't had a winning season since 2020, the last time both of these teams played with winning records, you said, was 2016. Just how big, sometimes just getting that taste of winning, you learn how to win a little bit. And getting a win in the playoffs, and it kind of translated because they almost got Taze Valley, who was a pretty good team the next week.
Well, I think he explained that pretty well tonight. He said, Coach Edwards said, he wasn't happy with the way they played. He said they basically had to scrap their game plan because they were making too many mistakes on offense. A year ago, 2 years ago, if he's telling someone that, they've probably lost by double digits. It's a big step to say, we didn't play nearly as well as we can, and we beat a good football team in Dublin Scioto. That's a big hurdle. And getting kids to buy in is huge. Like I said, 2 years ago, 0-10. Last year, 5-7. This year, 4-1. I mean, it's just it's a tremendous turnaround for a program like we talked historically has been very good.
And listen, they're going to get a Delaware team without their running back next week, right? No favor a key. Their Big Walnut is a really good team the following week. That's going to be a tough one. Then they get Kip Columbus. Then they ended up with the two Westervilles, Westerville North and Westerville South. So they've got a chance here to finish this year really, really strong. And it's just really cool to see them winning this one. Like, they've been scoring a lot of points this year. They had to win this one defensively. Sometimes that's what good teams do, right? They win a game no matter how it is. They may want to play one way, but sometimes the game doesn't dictate that. When you can win multiple ways, that's when you become a different kind of football team.
Well, yeah, and like I said, that's what he said. They just flip the game plan, and you can do that. And on the fly, just scrap your game plan on the fly. That's amazing.
It really is. And congratulations to Worthington Kilbourne there on the win. One more segment left to go on high school football overtime for week 5. We will come run through the scores real quick, give you a quick preview of 1st and 10 as well, and get the Guru's final thoughts on week 5 of the high school football season next. It's high school football overtime on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS, or online at victors.com.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus. It's fall, or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Germain Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries. They're only $1.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're going to beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Wake up and laugh with the Bob and Tom Show on the Fan 2.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
It says here they've won 5 Marconi Awards. I can't even spell Marconi. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Bob and Tom Show.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the stinky shoulder pads. It's Byers Subaru Dublin High School Overtime on the Fan.
Boy, this one went fast tonight. Final segment here of week number 5. We didn't even get to a little preview of 1st and 10 yet. That's because it's just you tonight, Dom. Your cohorts are out. They're taking the bye week off.
Well, Adam is in, somewhere, and then Nene is in Palm Springs, Nicole Sharon. And so the band is back together. Jeff Hogan.
Wow.
And I.
Wow.
Are doing the highlights, 1st and 10. Check it out. And Guru Pizza Mike called me and wanted me to congratulate you on your wonderful picks and how well you're doing. That's what he told me to tell you.
I appreciate that.
And that he was hoping you could tutor him someday.
I would love to.
And DeSales, R.J. Day, 3 touchdown passes. That was big. But we got all the big games tonight, including the one that you had on the radio station tonight at Westerville North. That was amazing, being around all those former Buckeyes, Stanley Jackson.
I saw you and Stan taking a picture
Beanie
together.
Wells, just all of them. I mean, Winfield Garnett. It was great. Reggie Germany. It was great to see all the – it's like – Buckeye Nation there, and North, who's playing a lot of young kids.
Yeah.
They got freshmen. Beanie Wells' son, who's a freshman, is starting. It's amazing. We have that big game with Olentangy Berlin.
And Olentangy Orange.
Yeah, we got that.
One.
And Orange took no prisoners. They're pretty good.
They're really good.
They're pretty dadgum good.
And guess what? We get to hear them next week on The Fan as they travel across to Hilliard to take on Davidson. Another big one that I know you're excited about.
Yep.
A rivalry game like no other here in
DeSales
town.
and Watterson. And we'll have Watterson highlights against Harvest Prep tonight. We've got those highlights. But we got the best highlights from 10 games. And just, I only get one channel. Channel 10, and I suggest everyone else, just get one channel.
It should be on it right now.
10 TV Plus, and only one radio station, 97.1 The Fan. There's only one Ryan Baker, and then Guru, we're not worthy.
We're not.
I don't want to wrestle him anymore. I was right. I was watching him the other day, and the man was so strong, he looked at a bottle of beer, and the cap popped off just by itself in fear. He didn't even have to take it off. It just popped off in fear.
Usually when I'm around him and he looks at a bottle of beer, all of a sudden it's gone. That's usually what happens
he just
when I'm
looked
around
at it
him.
and the lid just kind of came off. It was scared.
So we know you're busy tonight. We thank you for coming in here for a couple minutes. We got to get to the Guru's final thoughts. But you and Hogan, the two guys
tonight,
that never
coming
age.
up, the band is back together.
I love it.
Mr. Guru, thank you. We're not worthy.
There you go.
Get your TV on Channel 10 right now. It should never leave Channel 10. 1st and 10 coming up here at about 11:15. Guru, let's just run through a couple scores here. Let's go through some of the schools with the City League in the OCC here. Of course, last night in the City League, East beats Northland 26-0. City League South, Eastmore tops Briggs 24-6. Afrocentric shuts out West 38-0. We had league play start in the OCC Buckeye tonight. Pickerington Central improves to 4-1. They beat Canal Winchester 43-30. Groveport tops Lancaster 35-14. Newark over Logan 49-7. And Taze Valley beats Reynoldsburg 28-21. In the OCC Capital this evening, Westerville North gets by Delaware. Of course, you heard that on the Fan, 20-13. Big Walnut over Westerville South 28-7. Worthington Kilbourne tops Dublin Scioto 17-14. City League North tonight, Linden McKinley with a shutout 34-0 over Beechcroft. Centennial blanks Mifflin 64-0. City League South 56-44. Independence beats South 34-0. Walnut Ridge beats Marion Franklin. And then some area non-league games. Upper Arlington 56-0 over Central Crossing. Westland falls to DeWitt out of Michigan 38-28. Gahanna 35-7. They beat Dublin Kaufman. Grove City 24-13 winners over Hilliard Darby. Hilliard Davidson 22-7. They beat Marysville. New Albany doubles up Bradley 34-17. Olentangy Liberty 21-7 winners over Dublin Jerome. Olentangy Orange 31-7. They beat Berlin. Pick North all over Thomas Worthington 54-3. Olentangy 43-21 winners over Westerville Central. Hamilton Baden beats Hartley 42-24. Watterson 36-6 winners over Harvest Prep. DeSales knocking off George Rogers Clark 35-21 tonight. Guru, we've got a couple minutes here. Let's get your final thoughts on week number 5 and maybe just the first half of the high school football season.
Well, we've had some surprises in the first half of the season. I mean, both ways. You know, Buckeye Valley. Well, we've talked with them. That's been a little bit of a surprise. You know, Watterson. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but they're just doing it in such dominating fashion that you really can't help but be a little bit surprised. But you know, I look at some of the games tonight. You know, we talked about London. You know, what a a start for them. Bodie Smith, Newark sets a school record, and I think it was Dax Middleton tied the DeSales school record for receptions.
Yeah.
The big thing to me is, we're going into the second half of the season, and we have ourselves all the leagues open next week. Everybody's playing league games. We were talking with Dom. Watterson DeSales, our game of the week. Orange and Davidson. Okay, we can go to those big ones. How about some of these smaller schools? Linden McKinley, Grandview Heights. Mm-hmm. Those are both 5-0.
Yeah.
Should be an interesting game. Springfield Northeastern, West Jeff. I think they're both 5-0. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's another good one. And then I got to give a little shout out to my nephew. They won tonight. Bel Air beat Cambridge.
There we go.
19-16, I think it was. And he starts both ways, had a dynamic game, and was homecoming king.
Oh,
I mean, that's a day.
Little guru, the homecoming king. I love that. That's awesome. By the way, Marion local, 69 straight games they've won now. They beat New Bremen tonight by a score of 40-7. Congratulations to all of the teams that won here in week 5. Thanks to Coach Mike Edwards of Worthington Kilbourne and Grant Georgic of Buckeye Valley for joining us again tonight. Next week, big one. Hilliard Davidson hosts Olentangy Orange right here on The Fan. The Kevin Stefanski Show coming up next, 97.1 The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American